Donald Trump, Kanye West, and Nicki Minaj are out of the closet. Hi, I'm Melly Williams, founder of The Diplomatic Scribe, a communications company that helps high profile individuals bounce back from a scandal or a crisis situation. And the way I do that is I help with all forms of public communication and some private behind the scenes negotiations as well. Okay, so you probably thought I was talking about their sexual orientation. But no, I'm talking about their personality, their public persona, their personal brand, however you want to describe it. And if you think back to what I actually said, I said that they were out of the closet, not coming out of the closet. And what I mean by that is they were never, ever, I don't think anyone would argue that these three individuals were ever closeted in their approach to the negative aspects of their personality. And I want to talk about the negative aspects of your personality that you may want to keep in the closet and why you shouldn't. And use these three as an example. Now, I Googled the most common words used to describe these three individuals. And I'm going to just throw them out at you really quickly, and then I'm going to get to my point. Donald Trump, arrogant. These are the negatives. Arrogant, racist, egotistical, and let's see, there was another one ignorant. So arrogant, egotistical, ignorant, and racist. Okay, now Kanye West, kind of similar. Arrogant, gimmicky, crazy. Nicki Minaj, rude, bossy. I kind of find offense to that. Women, I don't think men would always ever be called bossy. But anyway, so rude, bossy, unpleasant, attention seeker. Okay, now these are negative descriptions of their personality. And guess what? Those three are unapologetic about those. And here's why it's important for you to consider bringing out the negative aspects of your personality. Number one, there's always a positive to the negative. There's always a positive counterpart to the negative. For example, with Donald Trump, though he's considered egotistical, some of those same people said that's what makes him strong and also determined. In fact, strong was the most positive word used to describe Donald Trump. With Kanye West, they say he's crazy, but they also say that he's artistic. And that's what the creative genius does for him. It makes him artistic, and it makes him unique and great at what he does. Nicki Minaj is seen as bossy and rude, but also people have described her as being very strong and fearless and also determined. And because of her sassy, somewhat rude ways, as they described it, it makes her witty. Now, here's the very, very important point about this. You know, not one of these people would ever be accused of saying something that's not politically correct. Now, you may say, well, wait a minute, they're always politically incorrect. Yes, but they'll never be accused of being politically incorrect. They'll just be accused of being them. In fact, I'll give you an example. Kanye West, when he said in his concert, if I were to have voted, I would have voted for Donald Trump. Now, he has a huge African-American following, a huge Democratic liberal following, right? What did people say from what I read on social media? That's just Kanye being crazy. Donald Trump, no one is surprised by what he says. Here's my point. Sometimes, and we're living in a world where you can wear the wrong Halloween costume, or you can make fun of your own weight, and people are throwing the negative barbs and backlash. But if you are already viewed as being somewhat politically incorrect or negative, or there are some aspects of your personality people find off-putting, no one's going to bat an eyelash if you say something that in fact is off-putting, and you don't have to apologize for it. Most recently, at the time of this taping, Karen Donna Karen said something really, really, I'm not going to get into details, but she said something really, it was a disappointing and degrading to women and how they dress, as she was asked about the Harvey Weinstein scandal. And she went into an interview, and I didn't watch the whole interview, where she sat down and said, "That's just not me." Well, maybe it is you, Donna. Maybe you do think like that and say things like that. And perhaps if people saw that you had a controversial personality or had controversial views, then you wouldn't have to sit in an interview and apologize and say, "That's not me." Neither Donald Trump nor Kanye West or Nicki Minaj apologized for their behavior. Now, I'm not saying that they should not. Okay? What I'm saying is that they're less likely to have to hire someone to put out a statement apologizing for their words or behavior, or to sit down in an interview and convince people that they're really nice people and to forgive them. And so I want you to think about that. I am Melly Williams, again, the founder of The Diplomatic Scribe, and you can always check me out on my website at www.thediplomaticscribe.com. Thanks, and make it a great day.